So right now we are at a Christmas market in Bern, and thanks for coming along.
So I'm here with Patrick Steyers, my father-in-law, who we had gone to Switzerland together. And as you know, last time we were there, we went to the Christmas market. What did you think of that?
Well, it was the first time to see Christmas markets in general, and the Bern one was very nice. It had a lot of shops and choices to be able to try some different foods.
Yeah, what I took from that, and I didn't realize this because it was towards the beginning of our trip, but you know, we had tried sausage there, and pretty much every Christmas market from there on out we tried just sausages, and there were definitely lots of sausages in the markets. Now, speaking of you know, Bern itself and as a city, because you've obviously been there a lot more than I have, how many times have you actually been there?
Yeah, I think actually touring the city 3 times.
What times of the year did you go, and what time of year did you personally enjoy the most while you were there?
I think I was there in the spring, the fall, and the winter. So 3 seasons. Very similar when it's shoulder season, late spring, early fall. I don't know that I would pick out too much difference. Water flow is greater in the spring, so if just looking at the river and some of the natural sites, you would see much greater water.
No, why is that? Why is the water flow greater?
You know, in most of the places that we visited around Switzerland, it was because of water runoff, you know, from the snow-capped mountains and such. That I think causes the higher water in the spring. The fall was very nice, foliage, and then of course it was around Christmas time that we were doing it last, and that was just beautiful because of the markets.
When somebody puts Switzerland on their kind of itinerary, you know, to visit, when they come across the city of Bern, they're asking the question, should I or should I not actually take my time and go visit the city? What would you say to that person, and how would you recommend Bern to them?
Bern is a historical location for Switzerland. It is the capital. It's a mid-sized city, so it's not overwhelming. It's nice as far as being walkable and just being able to see a lot of things in a small, confined area. So if you go to the old town, which is where everybody wants to go anyway, they're going to start the west gate of the city, which is there's a clock tower there. I probably won't pronounce this right, but Zytglogge Clock Tower, and it is been there since 1191. I mean, it's amazing, and just the different ways that you see history. This one in an astronomical clock. gets you started, but then you walk down the old town and you see these archways. I think they call them arcades, but they have 6 kilometers of these things in the main streets of Bern, and it's like covered terraces, so that you're always under some coverage while you're walking, throughout the city. And while you're walking down the city, it's like just one thing leads to the next. Then once you get to the other side of the bridge, there's the Bern Park, which is like for bears. That's their thing. They have a historical thing that started in I think the 1500s with bears, and so Bern is interesting and manageable. That's the key. If you want to see this history and enjoy yourself, take a day in Bern, because it won't be overwhelming to you. And then besides the old town, along the way, of course, there's all kinds of shops and such, and you might want to try the chocolate. You might want to stop by there's a church, in town that's I think the highest in all of Switzerland. And right next to it is a nice garden, and in that garden area you can get some type of takeout food. Takeout being you're sitting around the grounds of the garden and eating. And it's like restaurant, cafe, but outdoors. And so there's lots of little options where you don't have to go out of your way. I think Bern just is a really nice place to get a sense of what old Europe is like. And you can do that in other towns as well, or small cities. But Bern is definitely classic for Switzerland.